Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon Through the Years while my emulator is having a bit of difficulties. In the last episode we arrived here in Veilstone City, and in this episode we have a partially new team. Let me go over this. It took a while. It took a while to get this evolution going, but I'm very happy with it. Has Return, Bubble Beam, Aqua Ring and Rollout. I gave it Return because I had 2 Return TMs anyway, and the fact that it became an Marill from being an Azrael means that its happiness is very high anyway. So Return's going to be a good move, and other than this we're probably going to only give it TMs because it doesn't actually have that many good level up moves. It also doesn't have huge power, sadly. It's got Thick Fat, which I don't even know if it has huge power as a possibility in this generation. But it doesn't have that, so it's a little bit too bad, and it's a pretty mixed attacker as a result of that. So that's a little bit too bad. Then we've got Sarah with Dragon Rage, Sandstorm, Slash and Sand Tomb. We've got Spark with Payback, still self-destruct, we can still do that. Mirror Shot and Spikes. I think Spark actually evolved off-screen, potentially, so that happened. We've got Clara with Zen Hatbot now, very good to have. Body Slam, Milk Drink and Rock Smash. And now we've got Gallet, which apparently evolves into Doterra at level 32 instead of 36, which now has Cut, Bite, Earthquake and Razor Leaf. I got rid of Mega Drain after wanting it for so long because I figured, okay, what is going to happen? Because most Pokemon are going to outspeed Gallet as it is anyway, right? So I can get back some HP after getting attacked, but honestly, where's it going to get me? It's not going to kill the opponent Pokemon, which is what we want at the end of the day anyway. And I'm not going to outspeed anything to like get HP back before I get hit so I can live another turn, right? So I just opted to not have the absorption. Oh, we also have Twitter. Whoa, I'm sorry, Twitter. With Pack, Quick Attack, Wing Attack, and Endeavor. Or Endeavor, how do you pronounce it? I don't know. Nothing changed there, I don't think. But I did just get an email, so let me go read that and then we'll go take on the next gym. Luckily, it was not important at all. It was literally just a client saying, okay, I'll do a thing and then I'll get back to you, which probably will be over the duration of this recording, so that'll be fun. It's been a wild week. Monetization has been enabled on the channel. The first episode where I mentioned that it wasn't actually enabled yet, I had just applied for it, and then I realized how long is this application process going to take? And I googled it and it said up to 2 weeks. I was like, oh, that's bad because I mentioned it in a video, and now like that could be a little bit awkward. Turns out literally like an hour before that video went up, monetization was enabled. So that is enabled now. So I was thinking, okay, so now I'm probably going to have to come up with what my membership perks are going to be like, what type of potential members only content and what are the emotes going to be and all that kind of stuff. And I just don't have to come up with that because apparently the membership program, if you don't know what it is, it's like being a subscriber on Twitch or like just being a Patreon, right? You can just pay a monthly fee and get some perks for it. But apparently that program is only available to channels over 30,000 subscribers. For gaming channels, you're eligible as soon as 1,000 subscribers, which obviously I've got more than 1,000 subscribers. I've got about like 1,500. A little over 1,500. Probably, hopefully, by the time this goes up, closer to 1,600 and 1,500, meaning over 1,550. So I should be eligible for it. So I did a little bit more research, Googling, and it turns out that literally just not everyone has it. It's kind of like a lottery at this point. They are trying to roll it out to more channels, but what I am taking away from it is that if you have over 30,000 subs, you're pretty much guaranteed to have it. And then specifically gaming channels, because they upload so much, I guess that is the thought process behind them being able to be eligible from 1,000 subscribers onwards. Gaming channels between like 1,000 and 30,000 subs can get it, but don't necessarily always have it. There's no way to apply for it, you just have it or you don't. And I don't, which honestly, that's kind of fine because there's not a lot of you watching this anyway, so the chance of any of you caring enough to become a channel member I guess are fairly low as it is anyway, you're gonna stop protecting now because it's very annoying. And again, I hadn't like figured out yet what I was gonna do with the channel, like how many tiers I was gonna have. I was just gonna have 1 or maybe 2, 3, 4. You can have up to 5. What the pricing for them was going to be and what the difference was going to be in perks and all that stuff. And I still will have to think about that. So it might not become shit. It might not become relevant anytime soon. Maybe it will in a couple of months. We'll say that I'll reach 30k subs in a couple of months, but maybe it'll get enabled in like a couple of months or a year down the line, right? So do let me know what kind of like... There's a couple of different things I can do. One of them is obviously like the emotes and stickers. I don't exactly know what the difference is between those two. You've got super stickers, which are enabled on the channel. And then you've got emote for channel members, which I don't... Maybe you can't do anything with the stickers and those are YouTube related. I'll have to do some more research into that. But long story short, the things I can do is emotes for members in like live stream chats and that kind of stuff. Channel badges, which I'll have to either design or have somebody else design. Those two things you guys can't really give much input on. That's just like it'll have to evolve into something, and just like probably the badges are going to be a Totodile, Croconaw, and for Relegator if I do 3 tiers, or maybe it'll just like be a bronze Totodile, a silver Totodile, and a golden Totodile, something like that. Very cliche, but you know, things are cliche because they work. The thing I want you guys' input and opinion on, and technically speaking, I am still in time to ask this because on average, the average view duration of my Pokemon videos is about 8 or 9 minutes. We're about 8 minutes in, so we should be fine. I know that's not how averages work. People either like watch only 3 seconds of the entire video, and that averages out to about a third of the video. More like 40% of the video, I guess. Anyway, there's also a possibility for members-only content, which means that you only get access to the content if you're a paying channel member. And I'm not going to like Pokemon through the years or Minecraft or whatever follows Minecraft when and if I replace it, or whatever the Sunday videos are. I'm not going to look those behind that page. Those 7 videos a week, 1 a day, nothing's gonna change for those, right? But I do want to have a little bit of an incentive when I get around to having the possibility to do that, to like do 1 or 2 videos extra a week. And those are not going to be like high production value videos, not that these are particularly high production value, but they're probably just going to literally be me. I don't know what they're going to be. The best thing I can come up with right now is just doing some like showdown battles, but that honestly seems maybe a little too low effort. I don't know. The whole idea behind it is it's just some extra content, and it is probably going to be fairly low effort content. But maybe I can do something like a monthly video talking about how the past month went from like an analytics perspective and what I plan to do over the next month, something like that, right? Because I do feel like I've talked about this a lot, and I am not alone in this, because this is a thing that like YouTubers and Twitch streamers and whatever do tend to do, is talking a lot about the meta commentary there. And I'm being meta about meta commentary, which is extra meta, like 3 layers deep at this point. About like YouTubers talking about being YouTubers, right? And the analytics behind it, and like just pulling back the curtain a little bit and discussing like the thought process behind why certain things and decisions are made for a channel and that kind of stuff. I always think that is hugely interesting. I also think that the reason YouTubers do that is because that's pretty much like the only thing they qualify to talk about most of the time. And as such, that's the only thing they have any like deep insight into, and I think that is at least part of the reason a lot of YouTubers do end up doing that. I do enjoy it when YouTubers do that. Maybe that's partly because I also run my own YouTube channel, this one. But I always feel like it's a lot of fun to talk about that in videos, and I don't know how much people like, that's the wrong direction. I don't know how much people like seeing that, but I always kind of assume that you guys also quite enjoy that. You probably don't enjoy it as much as me going into a random rant about spa water being from the 16th century and all that kind of stuff, which, as I'm recording this, the first like social media clips went up on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok. All the links to follow me on those are down below in the description if you want those. But maybe that would be fun, right? Just a monthly video saying, okay, these are the videos that did well this month, and these are the videos that I'm sure are going to be coming up this month. Like, for instance, it's July 9th, June 9th, it's not July 9th, that would be really weird. June 9th right now as I'm recording this. And I know that in Pokemon through the years, roughly through the month of June, I'll probably finish at least, okay, now you're gonna battle me. I'll probably finish like up to the 7th gym of the Sinnoh region, and I'll probably Minecraft related, I don't know what'll end up being the case. Yeah, I've got plans for at least like 1 or 2 more weeks of Minecraft videos, and then depending on how the videos have done up until that point, I'll either continue or discontinue Minecraft, because by that time I expect Minecraft 1.16 proper to have been released, which then gets some like search traffic, and maybe that gets those videos going a little bit more than they have, because they're getting like 3 or 4 views a video, which is about like half to a third of these videos. So, but for instance, I can talk about, okay, so there's like 4 weeks in a month. It's a little bit more, but let's say there's 4 weeks in a month. That means there's 12 episodes of both of those series, which means that you can make about this much progress in that. And well, for the Minecraft series, it would be a lot more interesting, because we're now at the point where I'm doing building projects in Minecraft rather than just like playing to beat the Ender Dragon and the Wither, which I still have to beat the Wither actually. Where is the other sandbag? Is it the sandbag? I always assume that they're filled with sand. I don't know that they are actually. It's actually, now that I think about it, they're probably not filled with sand, because that would hurt so much punching a bag full of sand. I always assume they're filled with sand because that's what you obviously use to weigh something down. Is a sandbag, but I doubt that you also use them to punch. There's probably... What is inside those bags? Now that I think about it, I really don't know. Huh. If you know, do let me know in the comments. I think we are about to take on the gym leader though, which is really good because we're pretty much at full health. So yeah, long story short, do let me know if you have any ideas for what type of content you'd like to see if and when channel memberships become a thing, which won't be in the foreseeable future. It'll probably be like a year from now, if that. But depending on like how quickly YouTube rolls it out to a wider user base, I don't really have much control over that. But let's focus on the task at hand here, which is taking down Gym Leader Maylene with 6 Pokemon. I think we can do this. Start off with a Mankey, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. I think Ag can take down a Mankey fairly easily. Okay, so I don't exactly know what the power of return is, because I don't exactly know what Ag's happiness stat is. I'm assuming it's around 220. It could be a little bit higher than 220. I just don't know how the actual formula for that works. I think it might be... Let's look this up. Let's just look this up because I want to know. Pokemon return power calculator. Return and frustration. Return is base power is Pokemon's happiness divided by 2.5. So that's about 100. Let's just say about 100 for now. This is a little bit less probably. And this becomes with stab is 65 and then add 50% on top of that, which is also about 100. And my Special, attack, and physical. Okay, so they're pretty much going to do the exact same amount of damage is what we're learning here, unless Bubble Beam is super effective. So let's go with Return. Yeah, that is about the amount of damage I would expect that to be. Okay, next up is Beautiful Eye. Do we have anything? We don't have a fire type anymore. I didn't think about that. I didn't even talk about the fact that I said I probably was going to add Numel to the party, and I didn't. And instead we have Ag on the team right now. I've done like 3 hours of grinding to get everybody up to level 32. So for me it's kind of like second nature at this point, because 3 hours of grinding, if you're going to translate that into videos, it's like 3 weeks worth of videos. So by that point it's just like second nature that is the Pokemon in my team. I decided to not do that because I forgot that fucking Heatran! Heatran always gives me issues. But I've got a ground. Ooh, well, that's scary. If I can land one Earthquake, this Heatran is dead. I mean, I can land an Earthquake because it's got 100% accuracy. If he has a fire type move at all, I might be in trouble. But it's worth it. Yeah, Fire Fang. I should be able to live one Fire Fang. That's pathetic. Fuck! I mean, it's still stab and it's still quad effective, so this probably still should do a lot of damage. Probably not a one-shot anymore, though. It would have one-shot. It would have one-shot. It would have one-shot. I can't say it 5 times, it's not going to change the outcome. Let's go full heal. This is very risky, I'm aware, because you used a Hyper Potion. That is actually the best thing that could happen. I also have a Hyper Potion. I don't know where I found it. I've got a hair in my mouth. Don't know where I found it, but it's really coming handy right now. If you burn me again, I'll lose my shit. Okay. That did about 50. Is it going to do 60? That's the question. No, it doesn't. Earthquake, please don't give me a minimum damage roll. If you give me a minimum damage roll, I will lose my mind. Thank you. I one-shot a legendary, and I will Heatran. Which is, if you don't know what my gripe is with Heatran, go watch my Pokemon Black randomizer Nuzlocke and my Pokemon X randomizer Nuzlocke. Both of those have some Heatran related issues. I don't like Heatran. Heatran and me, we don't see eye to eye. What was that? I don't think it was anything I could... Anyway, so going back to Numel. I assumed it was a rock type, because it looks very rocky as a camera up. It's actually a ground type. So I started grinding with that on my team, and then I realized, oh damn, we have a Torterra now, which is another ground type, and I have Gabite on my team, which is a ground type. So let's not add a third ground type to that. And I could have used a water type anyway, so I figured, it's not a lot of damage, is it? That's because I used Zen Headbutt. Why would you ever use Zen Headbutt if you've got Body Slam? Why do you have so many potions? That's my question. Okay, you're gonna be an issue, you're not an issue. So that is the reason we don't have Numel on the team. Whenever one of our Pokemon dies, we're probably going to replace it. One of the ground types, that is, with Numel. Talking about ground types, there we go. I guess we've got Ag. You really have a team that's very weak to Torterra. That I guess is only the second Pokemon that's weak to Torterra now that I think about it. Yeah, so we're not gonna do that. Screw you. Does this help me in any way, shape, or form? You know what? It's probably not gonna do too much damage. Let's just heal up. What? That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I mean, it was a critical hit, I know, but still, holy. That was a lot more. Even for a critical hit, that was so much damage. Do you literally only have Dig? Because if so, Twitter is going to rock your world. If you've got Stone Edge or something stupid like, I think you might only have Dig. I think it literally only has Dig. And a Finian. Let's just go into Clara. This is your last Pokemon. It lived for 1 turn. I guess technically 2 turns because it died on the 2nd turn and all this stuff. Yeah, so that is the 4th gym badge so far, I think. Yeah, it is. And I think we can pretty much go straight into the 5th gym next time. Well, no, we'll probably have some trainer battles to do, and we have to capture some Pokemon, and we can actually get to Magma because our Bith is dead. We don't even need it anymore. That's upsetting. That is really upsetting. Well, anyway, we can still capture some more Pokemon. We'll be doing it next episode, though. For this episode, we made it. We didn't die. Nothing died. We got very close to dying. Twice. One time was a calculated risk. One time was bullshit. And that's it. Oh, we also need to do some Team Galactic stuff. We'll be doing all of that next episode. My heart can't take any more today, which means that, yeah, there's a bit of a shorter episode, but honestly, I think those shorter episodes are generally just like not a bad idea, honestly. As long as there's some significant amount of progress, right? The gym episodes always progress. If it's just like going from town to town, those episodes do tend to be a little bit longer. From what I can tell, because there's a lot more battles and there's a lot of walking involved and stuff. Going back to the Pokemon Center, the gym episodes are a little bit shorter, but honestly, not that much shorter, because I could have like 30 seconds of me checking my email, and we're about 23 minutes into the video, so it's really not that short. I'll see you back next time. Until then, I've been Vlogger, you've been awesome, we're still alive, somehow. Bye.